This podcast has been brought to you by SeekersGuidance, the global Islamic seminary. Help us spread the light of prophetic guidance to millions around the world by becoming a monthly supporter. Make a small donation at SeekersGuidance.org/donate. For as little as $10 a month, you can help people find life-changing guidance.
What is supplication? What is dua? The person's asking because if we believe in divine destiny and the eternal decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then what is the role of dua? How does dua benefit? How does it affect destiny? What do we ask for and why do we ask? And that's a deep question. And dua, right? Dua, supplication to Allah, is not placing demands upon God. It's not your shopping list. Oh Lord, give me, give me, give me, and give me. And while you're at it, give me this, this, and this. And it's not a list of demands. Dua is also not a set of reminders for Allah. Oh, by the way, Allah, I have an exam tomorrow. Don't let me down. Oh Allah, I still want to get married to Zubaydah. Don't let me down. Oh Allah, by the way, my wife has a child coming. Don't let me down. Dua is also not an argument with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Dua is an expression of need to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Dua is an expression of need. Because you realize that I am a servant. أنا عبد لا أملك شيئا. I am a servant. I am a slave. I do not possess anything. أنا فقير. I am utterly needy. محتاج. Right? In desperate need. And Allah is free of all need, most merciful, most generous. So, dua at its heart is an expression of need. That's why they define dua as إظهار الافتقار بين يدي العزيز الجبار. The dua, supplication, is expressing your utter neediness before the noble, the overwhelming, Al-Rahim, Al-Wahhab, the most compassionate, the most giving. Right? And that is why we raise our hands in dua, which is a recommended sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, to raise one's hands in dua. And we raise our hands expressing that I am so in need that I don't even have a means by which to seek from you. Right? I'm a beggar, so poor I have no bowl with which to beg. So I raise my own hands. That is the heart of dua. Then of course, we are in need of everything. And Allah loves to be asked and hates not to be asked, as our beloved Messenger ﷺ said. So dua arises from our neediness to Allah. So the healthy believer would always be asking Allah, not as a list of demands, nor as a set of reminders, but as an expression of neediness. The Prophet ﷺ said, if the strap of your sandal breaks, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for it. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for our worldly needs, big or small, immediate or long term. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the ones we love, for their worldly needs, big or small, short term or long term. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for our community. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His creation, for their worldly good. We ask for everything as an expression of neediness, as an expression of concern. But we also ask Allah for the religious good, for ourselves and our families and the ones we care about and our communities and our ummah and for Allah's creation. So we ask Allah for the worldly good, for ourselves, our circles of concern, for our community, for the ummah, and for all Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's creation. We also ask for the religious good, for ourselves and for others likewise. But we also ask Allah for the matters of the next life. Right? So we ask Allah for the religious good. Oh Allah, grant me to memorize Quran. Oh Allah, grant me an increase in beneficial knowledge. Oh Allah, grant me to have more presence in prayer. But also get accustomed to asking for the matters of the hereafter, those matters that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the Quran. And seeking refuge from the things that Allah warns us about in the hereafter. We ask Allah for the gardens of paradise and its rivers and its fruits and its joys and the company of our loved ones and the righteous and the prophets in the Quran that are mentioned in the Quran. And the next worldly ranks with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wa ridwanun min Allah, the good pleasure of Allah. So we ask Allah for all the matters of the next life. And the best of what we could ask from Allah is for Allah Himself. Allahumma inni as'aluka hubbak. Oh Allah, I ask you for your love. Wa hubba man yuhibbuk, and the love of those you love. Wa hubba amalin yuballighuni hubbak, and the love of an act that will make me attain your love. So supplication tells you about your priorities. So set them high. Make them wide, deep, and high. Right? And do it out of neediness, but also out of certainty, because Allah has promised. Allah promises that ud'uni astajib lakum. Call upon me, I will answer you. If you call upon me, then I will answer you. There's no condition to dua. The conditions are facilitative elements that, if found, the dua is more powerful in expressing your need, more fit for a fuller divine response. The conditions remove the things that slow down or delay the divine response. The response is there. You just need to remove the impediments from between. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said, "Ud'u Allah wa antum muqinuna bil ijaba." Call upon Allah with certitude in His answer. Dua is an incredible gift. That's why they say, "Man futiha lahu babu ad-du'a, faqad futiha lahu babu al-ijaba." That whoever the door of supplication has been opened, the door of response has been opened. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, إِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. If my servants ask you regarding me, I am indeed near. Ujib, I answer. دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ. The call of those who call upon me when they call. But there's a second step, because the dua is answered. But then you have to go pick up the answer. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي. So let them answer my call. وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي. And let them truly believe in me. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ. So that they may be rightly guided. To what? To Allah's reward, to rank with Allah, to Allah Himself. Dua is you're asking. The answer is delivered, but you got to go open the door and pick up the delivery. Just to use a mundane example, right? You ordered food and say it didn't come. It came. It's at the door, but you got to open the door.
Thank you for listening. This podcast was brought to you by Seekers Guidance, the Global Islamic Seminary. Visit SeekersGuidance.org to access reliable Islamic knowledge taught by qualified teachers. We offer a wide range of courses, podcasts, articles, and a world-class answer service. Support us in spreading free, reliable Islamic knowledge to millions around the world by becoming a monthly supporter. Visit SeekersGuidance.org/donate and make a small monthly commitment today. Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Whoever guides someone to goodness will have a similar reward." So don't forget to share this podcast and spread prophetic guidance.